and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Chelsea, and if you're new around here would like to do beauty related content on this channel, if that's something that you like, then please hit subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, then please click on the little bell and you'll be notified of every time that I upload, which is Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and the occasional bonus upload. So for today's video, we're actually going to do a testing and review of the Revolution and Roxi Cozy Vibes palettes. This is my first Roxi collabing with Revolution palette. I've not tried any of their other ones before, so yeah, I'm quite excited to do a little look with it. I'm probably going to do, I just can't decide on what I want to do yet, to be honest. So if you want to see what look I do create, and you probably would have seen it in the thumbnail anyway, so you know what look I'm going to create, and you want to hear my opinion on it, then please stay tuned. So this palette retails for £15 on the Revolution website. It says that she's back with all the cozy vibes you could need. Say hello to the Revolution and Roxi Cozy Vibes shadow palette. This cool tone neutral palette is filled with beautiful matte, shimmer and foil shades. From leaves, a deep warm brown, to dazzle, a sparkling pink glitter. You'll be ready for a cozy night in or a glamorous evening. See, that little text there contradicts itself a little bit. It says it's a cool tone, then the first shadow it mentions is a deep warm brown. And looking at the palette, I don't quite know if it is more cool toned, because there are a few pops of warm in there, like copper and things like that. And with this collection as well, it came out with a liner, like a liquid liner, a pair of false lashes and a brush set. The other stuff didn't really interest me that much. However, I do know that Lizzie loves the lashes, so I may purchase the lashes at a later date. But I've got loads of liquid liners, I've got loads of brushes. I'm not really into, I've got a favourite when it comes to brushes, and I don't tend to go outside of that box, if that makes sense. So yeah, so the only thing that I was really interested in was the palette. So just looking at this palette, the packaging is so beautiful. It really fits the theme with like the chunky knit background and the nice gold foiled writing, and then if you just run your finger along the actual packaging of the palette, it's 3D, so it adds a bit of texture, which I feel like it's a little bit different. And I love that the outer box is exactly the same as the actual palette as well. Then opening her up, got really nice gold paneling round, and then you've got these shades. So this is what the shades look like. I must admit, they are a lot prettier in person. I feel like a lot of the promo photos really washed out the colours. I think there are some really nice, there's a lot of pinks going on, and then you've got like your warmer shades over here. I just feel like they are quite light, so I personally think that this sort of palette isn't going to work that well on someone with a deeper complexion unless they use a very light eyeshadow base. But that's just my opinion. I feel like there could be maybe one or two darker shades on offer, but you know, I am a pale girl. I feel like this will work well on my skin tone. But I'm just going to go ahead and do a few swatches on this palette, and then we can get into the eye look. So these are the swatches. So for the swatches all down my arm, but this is the whole palette swatch. And I must admit, some of these shimmer shadows are actually beautiful. Like Fireplace, which is this copper, was just like butter, and so was this pink shade, which is Blanket, Cozy, Toasty. Like the pink shimmers were beautiful. The lighter shimmers were very light. The glitter shade, so the pink one seems like it will stick a lot better than what the gold one would be, and the mattes seem, they're okay. They don't seem as pigmented, but I guess that you can just build them up. Like I always say, I don't go exactly by swatches, because when I do my eye looks, I always put on an eyeshadow base, whether it would be a concealer or the P. Louise base. So therefore, you know, with swatches, I just want to see what colours there are and how they look on skin rather than in the pan. So yeah, so that's them all swatched. Now I've got glitter all up. So first of all, I'm just going to go in with the standard P. Louise base. This is in the shade 2. I always use this. And I'm just going to use a large fluffy brush. This is just a cheap one from eBay, and I'm just going to pat and blend. I feel like I've done a lot of browns lately, so I'm thinking I might use the pinks. I'm going to go in with Fog first, so this shade down here, quite like a muted mauvey, and I'm going to go in with my Morphe M456 brush. So I'm just going to try and load up my brush. Oh, quite a lot comes off on your brush. I'm just going to pack that on my outer edge. I'm thinking I might do a glitter cut crease, but I just feel like I want a darker shade in this. You get a lot of kickback in the pan as well, but that doesn't bother me. And I'm just going to pack on the colours. So I'm just creating like a wing shape. As you can tell, I love doing this shape at the moment. And then I'm going to go into this nice beautiful pink called Nap Time, so this shade right here, and with my Look Fantastic brush I'm just going to pack it on next to it and on top. We're going for cute and cozy vibes today. This is a really nice pink. And then just on a small fluffy blending brush, so this is a Made by Mitchell 2 brush, I'm going to go in with Knit Sweater, so this nice creamy colour, and I'm just going to use that to blend around the edges. And then I'm going to go into Snug, so this shade here, with my 221S brush, and I'm going to take that into my crease a bit more. And then I'm just going to go back in with the Fog shade here. And then I'm also going to go in with Leave, this shade here. I'm just going to tap the outer edge, try and darken it up a bit. I'm going to go back in the pink, so the Nap Time shade, and just pinken it up a bit, because I feel like since I put in that Leaves, it's made it quite browny, but we want to keep it quite pink. So I'm just going to tap over the pink and hopefully it'll help it go pinky. Now I'm just going to get a cotton bud and some eye makeup remover, because I'm just going to then sweep over and just remove the bit ready for me to cut the crease. So yeah, I think I'm going to go in with the pink glitter. So yeah, I'm just going to use my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand, and then just go in with a flat brush and just disperse it on my lid. I don't really want any fallout on my face because I've already done my base makeup. Right, now I'm going to picking some up on there and just really gently tapping it. And I'm also going to rub my finger into Toasty, the pink shimmer on the top row. Do you want Cozy? They're quite similar really. And I'm just going to pat it on top, just to fill in any of the blank areas where the glitter hasn't stuck. That looks really pretty. I just wish I'd had a darker colour to really darken up the outer corner. Like I'm missing that dark colour so bad. And try and go back in with chocolate, but no Leaves, but I just don't feel like it's really packing on. I really want to go in with a dark, maybe like a black or something. I'm just going to go into Lava Rock from the Vive Essentials palette, because I just need that darkness in my life. I'm just going to mix it with a little tiny bit of the black, and then I'm going to go back to Fog and just try and blend it in a bit more. Just going to wipe away the fallout that I've got. Yeah, I think that looks quite cute. So I think I am going to do 2 looks with one eye. I mean, 2 looks, 1 palette, because I do really want to try out the coppers. I'm just going to go back in with Fog. And I'm going to mix a bit of Leaves in there as well. Just make sure it's all connected up into my wing. And I'm just going to blend it out with a bit of Knit Sweater. And I'm just with a pencil brush, I'm going to go in with Marshmallow, this icy white shade here, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner and under my brow bone. Oh, that is really nice. I love a nice white shimmer. Yeah, so that is look 1 complete, obviously without lashes and things. So now look 2. So let's go on for look 2. So I'm pretty sure I've still got a bit of base left on my eye. I'm just going to tap it out and make sure there's no crease. So I'm going to start off with Leaves first. So it's this chocolatey brown here, and I'm going to start that on the outer edge. And I'm also going to pop that underneath my lower lash. And then on my MAC 221, I'm going to go in with Hot Chocolate. I'm just going to very lightly blend the Leaves out with Hot Chocolate. I'm just going to take Hot Chocolate over into my crease as well, into the inner part of my eye. So yeah, it's blended out really nicely. And now we're just going to dip our fingers straight into that fireplace. So this copper shade here, and it's literally like butter. That is actually beautiful. That is stunning shade. That's really nice. And then I'm just going to pack into Leaves and Hot Chocolate and just add that to the outer edge and just tap, just to make sure it's all blended. And I'm just going to take a larger fluffy brush and I'm just going to go back into Knit Sweater to the creamy shade. I'm just going to go around the outer edge and just make sure it's all blended out nicely. And then I'm going to go back into Marshmallow, so this inner corner, because I absolutely love this as an inner corner pot. And I might mix it with a bit of Movie Night just to warm it up a little bit. And I'm also going to go into Harvest, so let's try a bit of this one. I'm going to put that under my brow. Right, so I think that is the two looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head off camera, put some mascara, pop on my lashes, which are going to be the Tatty Lashes TL4s, and then we will be right back and I'll let you know my thoughts. So here is the finished look, or finished two look. So we've got on this side pinky, mauvey, winged out look with the pink glitter. Then on this side is a coppery, chocolatey goodness, quite a rounded eye, but again with a liquid liner, and copper all over the lid, down into the light gold in the inner corner. And I'm here for both looks. I absolutely love both of these looks. So with lashes and with, I just used my normal Illamasqua eyeliner to finish off the job, and I also put the Morphe Toasty liner just in my waterline, just to tie it all in together. And then on my lips I have the Peach and Cream Punchline lip liner topped with the Dole Beauty, Dole Beauty Come to Mama lipstick, and the Jordana T-shirt TMI lip gloss on top. So quite a nude, like beigey nude combo, because I thought that it would suit both looks. You know, I didn't want it to be too warm, didn't want it to be too cold. So we are going to go back into the palette and I'm going to use on the eyeshadow as my highlighter, which I really like doing at the moment. I'm just going to take my blank canvas brush and I'm going to go in with Fairy Light. So this lovely shade here is like just a very light gold, and I'm just going to pop that on my cheekbones and hopefully it shows up. Yeah, that is very golden. Like top with a bit of Marshmallow, which is that really pale white. I'm just going to take my sponge and just pat it in a bit so it blends in a bit more. There's not so much of a stripe. Yeah, that looks beautiful. So there we have it. So there is my two looks, one palette. So my final thoughts of the palette. I do love the colour story, but I am literally crying out for a deep dark shade. I had to dip into another palette to be able to achieve that for this look, especially for like the pinky tones that you got in this section. I feel like you just need a dark purple or a very dark mauve, or like, and not necessarily a black, but like an aubergine, something like that, that you could really deep and dark, so you can deepen any look, if that makes sense. I know I'm chatting shit. I just feel like with a palette, you always need a light shade. You always need that very dark shade, because then you can create so many more looks just using one palette and not having to dip and delve into other palettes. And that's what I really look for. I really look for a palette that you can create so many different looks by just using that one palette and not having to dip into any others, because I hate when I'm doing my makeup having to dip into so many different palettes, because it actually winds me up. Like, it winds me up. I hate having palettes everywhere. I just want that one palette to create a really good look with. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the looks that I created for today's video, and I actually really like the formula of these shadows. So the glitter shadow was absolutely fine. I didn't really get any fallout on my face, and I think that's because I used the NYX glitter primer beforehand. I really recommend that you have a glitter primer at hand before you delve into these glitter shadows. And the mattes, they blended out fine. Like, this is what I say. So when they swatched, they didn't swatch that well, but then on the eye they blended out perfectly. But yeah, the only criticism that I've got to say is the fact that it's just missing those deeper, darker shades. But overall, really love this palette. It was good for a day-to-day look. It'll be a palette that I probably will get a lot of wear out of, especially if I'm going out, or just like day-to-day going to work and things like that. A little quick wash on the lid and things like that, really. So yeah, really happy with my purchase and can't wait for more Roxi releases. I kind of feel like I want to get some of her previous palettes now with Revolution, because yeah, I just absolutely love this one. So that concludes my video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it, and if you did like it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, so it really helps out my channel. And please also make sure that you subscribe, because yeah, like I always say, we've got a lot of content coming up. And let me know down below what you think. What do you think of the Roxi collab? What do you think of these two looks? Which one is your favourite? And hopefully I shall see you in the next video. Bye!